The editorial board of the Orlando Sentinel, one of the largest newspapers by circulation in the state of Florida, torched Republican Senator Marco Rubio this week for being basically a spineless coward, for always doing the wrong thing, even though before he does the wrong thing, he'll talk about why he's not going to do that because it's the right thing to do to not do it, but then he goes and does it. And the paper says, we're sick and tired of it. The editorial board, the headline on it is, "Time to give up on Marco Rubio, who will never do the right thing if there's any risk." And the paper goes on to talk about, obviously, what sparked this is Marco Rubio wanting to vote against the commission on the January 6th Capitol riots. Whereas just 2 weeks ago, Marco Rubio said this. He said, "We need to learn as much as we can, A, because it was a shameful day, something that should never happen again, and B, because I think our enemies of this country, terrorists and others, will look to learn from that day, potentially one day take lessons learned from it to attack us here." That's what Marco Rubio said 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And then this week he says, no, I'm going to vote against it. Even though I've told you we need this because, this could really threaten the integrity of the United States, our security. But, I'm not going to do it. And the paper said they've had enough. And it wasn't this instance. This really was, according to them, the straw that broke the camel's back. They had other things here. It said, after Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death, just weeks before last year's election, we asked Rubio to stand by the Merrick Garland doctrine he and the GOP embraced in 2016. No dice. We asked him to go ahead and support Trump's policies if he must, but to take a stand in opposition to Trump's worst, most grotesque impulses. Nuh-uh. What's the point of appealing to someone who swore off another Senate run when he ran for president in 2016, then turned around and ran for the Senate? Someone who negotiated a bipartisan immigration reform bill and then campaigned against it. Marco Rubio doesn't know what he stands for, and I've said this plenty of times. I think it's because Marco Rubio legitimately is too stupid to know what he stands for. I am not kidding when I say that I firmly believe Marco Rubio is the dumbest person sitting in the U.S. Senate. This is a very dumb individual, and he continues to prove that on a near daily basis at this point. And by the way, the Orlando Sentinel's not the only one calling him out. The Miami Herald, the other major newspaper in the state of Florida, their editorial board did the exact same thing. The only credit they give him is for not voting to not certify the Electoral College results, which is more than we can say for our other Republican Senator, Rick Scott. So they said, sure, you give him credit for that, but that's literally the only good thing that guy has done. And it took virtually no courage to do that. Marco Rubio is a spineless coward. He's also a complete idiot. He needs to be voted out. And these papers, these editorial boards coming out with this is not something to take lightly. This isn't just, they're attacking Marco Rubio. Again, the two papers combined, largest circulation in the state of Florida. When they come out and attack one of our Republican senators, people read that. Certainly doesn't resonate with all of them, but it may resonate with enough of them to finally get this idiot out of office. That is the hope here. Because Marco Rubio truly is beyond hope. He has never done the right thing when there's been any risk involved. The paper is 100% right about that. But you could pretty much say the same thing about nearly every single Republican in the House or Senate. Nearly. Not all of them, but nearly. They will do whatever they can to protect their political power. They will sacrifice whatever ideals they think they may have if it means another term in office. And Marco Rubio is the most glaringly obvious example of that.